The man only stole a piece of bread, yet Jack was thrown into prison for 19 years. In prison, he had to do the same exhausting labor every day, standing in the water. One day, he finally completed his sentence, but the warden did not want to let him go. The warden even gave him an impossible task: to carry hundreds of pounds of wood all by himself. What the warden did not know was that Jack was born with immense strength. Jack squatted down, used all his power, lifted the wood onto his shoulders, and slowly walked toward the warden. The warden had no choice but to hand him the release order. But when Jack opened it, he found that something was wrong. On the paper, it said that Jack was a dangerous criminal. His so-called freedom was only parole. He had to report to the police station every week. Jack was furious. He had only stolen the bread to save his starving nephew. Now that he was leaving prison, Jack could only swallow his anger and accept the paper. What he did not know was that waiting outside was not only the police, but also a far more cruel world. He went everywhere looking for work, but no one wanted to hire a dangerous ex-convict. He tried begging in town, but the villagers quickly drove him away. Snow began to fall from the sky. Jack, cold and hungry, could only spend the night by a gravestone. But suddenly, a priest appeared before him. This was not a cemetery, but the backyard of a church. The priest warmly invited him inside to escape the storm. He even prepared him a rich meal and a warm bed. But Jack was already filled with despair toward the world. He stole the church's valuables and fled into the night. Before he could sell them, the police caught him again. The officers carried the stolen goods and asked the priest to confirm the crime. But the priest said that those were gifts he had given Jack. Then he picked up the expensive candlesticks on the table and handed them to Jack as well. The police had no choice but to release him. The priest then quietly told Jack to use the silver to become an honest man. Jack's heart was deeply moved. Over 20 years of injustice and suffering had made him lose hope in the world. But at the edge of the cliff, the priest pulled back his nearly fallen soul. He decided to change himself. He tore up the release paper that symbolized his dark past. He started a new life with a new identity. 8 years quickly passed, and Jack had completely changed. Using the silver given by the priest, he built a factory. He gained high prestige in the town, and even became the mayor. One day, when Jack raised his head, he saw a familiar face. It turned out the warden had also been transferred to this city, now serving as the chief of police. He felt that Jack looked strangely familiar, as if he had seen him before. Jack's heart pounded with fear, and he dared not look him in the eye for too long. But then, an accident outside almost exposed Jack's true identity.